Happy Friday. Welcome to Let's Do This. My name is Carl Applewhite. I'm going to talk to you with the title of God Doesn't Call the Qualified. A lot of people are waiting to feel ready before they obey God. Sometimes you go to church, or have you ever been to church or invited to church or anything with church, and you feel like I got to get myself straight before I go? No, the Bible said, "Come as you are." But if you study the Bible carefully, you'll notice something. Most people God called were not ready. Moses wasn't ready. Gideon wasn't ready. Jeremiah said he was too young. Peter was impulsive. Paul had a past. God never required perfection, only obedience. And here's what stops many people. Fear says, what if I fail? Right? Does that sound familiar? What if I fail if I do this? But faith says, what if God is with me? Now, see, that's the difference. Now, remember, yesterday I talked about, not yesterday, but um, Wednesday, how Moses, he had a stuttering problem. He can't talk, and he didn't think too much of himself. I don't believe, but God didn't even acknowledge that. He said, "I'll be with you." So that's the answer right there. If you have fear, God will be with you. If you don't think you can, if you don't, think this, I can do it. Remember, God can be with you. And the Bible said, with God, all things are possible. Um, I'm just reminded of a story where God had promised Abraham that he would have a son named Isaac. And he was, I think he was in his old age when God promised him that. And it wasn't until 25 years later that it actually happened. But uh, three people visited Abraham one day. They were actually three angels in the form of men, but that's another story. But they visited Abraham and said to Abraham that you're going to have, a child. Um, Reminded him that he was going to have a child. And Sarah was in the tent, his wife, and she laughed. And the three men heard that when she laughed, and one of the men said to Sarah, "Is there anything too hard for the Lord?" That's a question. That's a question I'm asking you and me. Is there anything too hard for the Lord? My answer is no, right? He's all powerful. If you feel God is leading you to do something, speak up, encourage someone, start something, step out in faith. Man, it sounds like it's speaking to me. And I receive this. Don't wait until fear disappears. Move forward, trusting that God is with you. Moses stood before the burning bush feeling small, but he walked in Egypt carrying the power of God. Now, let me just talk about Egypt for a minute at this time. Egypt was the most powerful nation in the world. Pharaoh even considered himself to be a god. Can you imagine walking up before the Pharaoh? I mean, one word, his word, he can have somebody just kill you right away. But God was with Moses. Moses stood before the burning bush, feeling small, but when he walked into Egypt carrying the power of God, and the same God who was with Moses is still with people today. Um, a lot of you, I don't know if you read the story or not. You should read the story of the Ten Commandments. The movie is titled Ten Commandments in the Bible. It was more than 10, but um, you should read it. But most of you are familiar with the Ten Commandments, the movie. Um, the things that God did through Moses, like one of them opening up the Red Sea, and the children of Israel walked across on the other side on dry land. God doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the called. Now, that's a different way to look at it, right? God doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the called. If you are called, God qualifies you. If you have a burning desire, step out and do it. Step out. Don't wait till the fear go away. All right. Have a happy Friday and have a good weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye now.